This is the Real Good Procast with your hosts, Declan DeBarb, Ian Blumenthal, and Marshall Heath.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Real Good Procast, and might I just add, Gloria, 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 Gloria. As always, it's myself, Declan DeBarp, with Ian Blumenthal with me. How's it going, buddy? Long time no talk.
Yeah, so it's been pretty good. We've been out for a while, but we're coming back now. Summer's figuring itself out, so we're back for a bit every couple weeks, recording a couple new eppies.
Eppies for the boys.
Yeah, eppies for the...
Obviously, the one voice missing this time is Marshall, and we lost our babysitter. I think that things work a lot better on this podcast when Marshall hosts, just because he doesn't go off on numerous rants. So hopefully, we can keep this show on the rails tonight.
And also, just don't have Seb right now. So we're trying to produce well, but it's hard.
Yeah, we'll I promise we'll get better as we go. I heard from a couple of friends that listened to the last one that my mic was a little bit too loud compared to your guys. So little tweaks as we go. Don't worry, guys. We'll get this one figured out.
You stupid fuck.
But Ian, why don't we just dive right into this? And I don't think there's a better place to start than the St. Louis Blues. The song that we shouted at the beginning, Gloria, kind of became their win song. And I was sitting in my office today, bored out of my mind, and I was just like, where did it come from? So I quickly Googled it, and according to a source on the internet, a very reliable source called Wikipedia.
Okay, badmouth it all you want. Like, we all use it all the time for everything.
Oh, 100%. It's my favorite thing. But it just started because 5 players went to go watch a Bears and Philadelphia Eagles game at a bar called Jack's NYB, and somebody shouted out at a commercial break, "Play Gloria," and the bar went crazy every single time, and it just kind of stuck. And it seems fitting that a team that went from last place to winning the Stanley Cup final would have just a ridiculous story behind something that's gripped the whole fan base. Don't you agree?
Well, yeah, and also back in January when they were in last place, and then they got their dog, and then from that dog on, they just tore it right up. And Binnington was nuts, and he was like super calm even after the Stanley Cup final. He was fired up, but like he was still a good, like, calm teammate, not a huge dickhead like fucking Kuznetsov when he does his stupid eagle thing. Yes, I'm Don Cherry. Shut up.
Don't shit on the celebrations. That might not be the worst thing that Kuzi has done. But I said might.
What about Kaner?
We won't get into that. But I just want to read you a timeline of the St. Louis Blues because it's just a little bit ridiculous what this team has been able to achieve in what 6 months. They go from last place to first place, as I mentioned. But just to look at the season as a whole, July 1st, a day of massive activity. They, first of all, start the day with Tyler Bozak and David Perron signing through free agency.
Oh, that's so fire. Like, those two guys. I was so happy for Tyler this year.
For Bozy.
When he finally, like, hoisted that cup. I was watching last night, and I was like, oh, I wish it was in a Leafs
currently
jersey.
the background on my phone.
Is it actually the Bozy?
Yeah, I love Bozy. But also that day, the Ryan O'Reilly trade goes down with Buffalo, which, I mean, has to be one of the best trades this year. If my memory holds correct, it was Vladimir Sobotka, one other depth piece, Tage Thompson, and a first-rounder to Buffalo in return for Ryan O'Reilly, and I think somebody else, but I could be wrong there. But, I mean, Ryan O'Reilly, who won the Conn Smythe, might I add, and had a mighty impressive playoffs, has to be the difference maker on this team other than Binnington.
Yeah, the only thing about, like, playing hockey is the goaltender's always going to be your most important player on the ice, because if he fucks up, you lose. Your best player can fuck up, that's not your goalie, and you can still win a game. But if your goalie's playing like trash, you're fucked anyways. So as much as Binnington's like the important guy, like for O'Reilly to put up points like that in the playoffs is just on another level.
Yeah, what was it? He He's the first player since Gretzky to score 4 goals in 4 or to have
Four
four consecutive
goals.
Stanley Cup playoff games where he scores a goal,
I think
which
it was
is
all
ridiculous.
in the finals or semis.
And on top of that, he becomes the Blues' most scoring, the Blue that has the most points in a playoff series in a playoff run as well, which is on another world ridiculous.
Well, like they also have never won a cup before, so
That is also true. Binnington
like they've
also
only been to the finals once, and it was like 1960 something. No, it was the Bobby Orr goal. It was 70s. Must have been.
maybe, I don't know.
I don't remember the exact date, but somewhere around there.
Also, Binnington is the first rookie to win 16 games in one single playoff run, which is on another level ridiculous.
Like Matt
and
Murray.
also, sorry, no, but
he didn't do all 16.
yeah, he didn't do all 16. But
Yeah.
also, just a correction from last time, it was Dave Light who had the all-time Blues playoff wins. Just a correction from then. I believe Binnington has now passed him with the 16 he won. It was that he had rookies as a Blue before.
Okay.
Just a correction from our last show.
Idiot. You're always fucking up.
It was sitting in my mind. I had to get it off my chest. Also, following the July 1st date, November 9th, St. Louis introduces their new dog, Barkley, which morale boosting. I think it was a massive move for them. Really solidified the group.
They started
Barkley's
winning.
An adorable dog.
The cutest fucking dog ever. I think he's like a Labrador.
He's just adorable.
He's just so cute. But like every dog is super cute in the league. Except for fucking Marc-Andre Fleury. As much as I love Marc-Andre Fleury, I fucking hate that dog. He looks like a rat.
Yeah, that dog's a little gross. But Barkley's just a good boy.
He's a good boy. Good boy.
Then on November 19th, they went and fired Mike Yeo and announced Craig Berube as interim head coach.
Everyone was like, "Oh well, we're fucked." When you fire a coach mid-season, you're not expecting to go anywhere.
Unless you're the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Okay, fair. That's good counter. Good counter.
January 2nd, they were in last place in the league. They had a record of 15, 18, and 4, which not good.
How did they win?
Also, I think if we remember correctly, with a couple of weeks left to go in the playoff hunt, me with my wise, just coldest takes of all time, I said the Blues would miss out on the playoffs. So.
Yeah, you're a dumb fuck. I remember I was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And you were like, no, seriously, like the Blues are out. And I was like, all right.
And then they went on and won the Stanley Cup.
Well, you can't. That guy that won $100,000, there's a guy in Western Canada, or I think it's America, and he put like $400 on the Blues
as well.
He put $400 and won $100,000, like prize money, $100,000 plus the $400 he put in.
Yeah, and he texted his buddy who won $50,000.
That's so fucking stupid. Fuck those guys.
January 6th was when the Blues found Gloria, the ever famous song that will go down in Blues history.
Gloria, 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 Gloria.
The next night, Jordan Binnington makes his first NHL start. The 29th of March, they clinched their playoff spot. May 7th, Pat Maroon, St. Louis boy, took a discount to play in his hometown team, scores the double overtime Game 7 winner against the Dallas Stars. May 19th, Jaden Schwartz scores his second hat trick of the playoffs. And then on June 12th, which is last night, the Blues become champions of the NHL.
Well, you're forgetting about the Binnington win streak.
That was just a little outliner that the NHL posted. But yeah, we can't forget how great Binnington was this year.
What was it? 10 straight wins for him, and I think it was 16 for the team?
Yeah, something like that. He played out of his mind ridiculously good.
Yeah, just because he's a rookie. I don't understand. Some goalies like come into the league, and man, Sparks has been here for so long, and he still can't figure it out. Binnington just like came out of nowhere. Yeah, he's older, but I still think that Sparks has been given way more time in the show. He's been given a lot more opportunities than this guy, and then this guy just fucking comes out of nowhere and is sick, and no one predicted this at all. And now he's one of the best goalies in the league. And it's really hard to argue that because he just won a fucking Stanley Cup.
Also, first incidence of how this Stanley Cup playoffs affects the Leafs. I'm sure it won't be the last one. No, but
At least we
100%.
weren't paying Tyler Bozak still to win the cup.
Ugh, Phil. Who also apparently won't get traded, but I digress. But Bozy, I'm so happy for him. Carl Gunnarsson, ex-Leaf. Alex Steen, ex-Leaf. I'm not sure if I'm missing out on somebody else, but I mean, good for Carl Gunnarsson. We traded him, and
they have Braden Shen, but that's like Luke's brother.
Yeah, but he's not.
Luke was there.
Braden
he was
Shen
hyped
never
up.
Played for us. Luke was hyped up, but good for the St. Louis Blues. I'm really happy for him. My boss at the my job is a big Bruins fan. Just so you know, our password for the Wi-Fi is Bruins 2019.
L. Not anymore, idiot.
And all day, whenever I would see him around the office, I would just go, Gloria, Gloria.
She's a dickhead. Why do you do that to people?
Because I'm mean.
Okay, that's
I thought
fair.
it was all in good taste, though. I know
it's
I'm
all
mean
in good fun.
It's all in good fun.
Man, imagine like mans roll up to you like after Game 7 against Boston in 2013, and they just start going, Zombie Nation. I forget how it goes, but like the goal song for Boston.
Yeah.
I hate that fucking song, but it's so hype.
No, I know. But, like, it's different. I don't know. I'm just mean. I think we've established this. I like I like picking on people, but nah. Scott's a beauty. I have to say I very much like Scott. He took it all in good taste, and he was like, my team wins. One of my teams win every year. What are you talking about? I'm a Boston sports fan. Get out of here.
That's the worst guy. I don't like him anymore. Just like a cocky dickhead. Like, we know they're sick. We don't have to talk about it, but whatever. How long has it been? Since 2011, idiot? Like, so long.
Get out of here.
So shit.
But I mean, I think this playoffs is quite interesting as in terms of the final. Two big bad teams made it to the final. Or at least that's how they portray themselves, as two big bad teams who play a rough style of hockey. So my question for you is, which team makes the mistake and goes full 2011 Bruins and trades their young, successful core to get big and strong and tries to bully the league and fails?
This offseason?
Vancouver. Yeah, i.e. Vancouver.
Like, as much as I think Vancouver's going to do it, I really hope they don't, because they have so many young, good pieces, and I think that all they have to do is develop their own system. And if they want to make trades, small trades. Don't go big. Like, that's so stupid when you have developing players like that, because their trade value is not even close to what their max trade value is going to be. So why waste it now?
I mean, you're saying you don't want Brock Besser for Nikita Zaitsev? I think that's a totally fair deal.
I want it. But if I was a Vancouver Canuck fan and someone put that on a piece of paper and was like, what do you think? I'll probably smack that person in the face and just walk away. And be like, no, that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Touche. But there's the quote from Patrick Maroon after he won the Stanley Cup where he said, old-time hockey is back, screw speed.
Yeah, okay, buddy. Like, you guys were fast, you fuck.
So I'm just excited to see how this offseason shakes out. I think
Man,
I think some teams are about to make mistakes.
Bruins.
They trade
Pasta?
trade Pasta, trade Torrey Krug,
McAvoy?
go out get Jack
Milan
Johnson.
Lucic?
Jack Johnson, go get Milan Lucic. Yeah. Bring the gang back together.
That'd be so fucking funny. I wouldn't even be mad, honestly. I'd be like, all right, like, at least you're sticking to your roots, you know?
Just go back and be... Well, I mean, that would make them terrible. I think that Boston has a good young core. You build around pieces like Achari Pasta's not old. Marchand's not that old. You got Torrey Krug on the back end. Charlie McAvoy. They've got good pieces. And there's a narrative out there that seems to be like, some people think that Boston is done and they've got to rework. But I think most of their core is actually right in the prime. And as much as I hate to say it, I think they're going to be a force in the NHL for years to come. And Bettman needs to change the playoff format.
As much as I agree with there's going to be a force in the league for years to come, I really think that I am not saying anything yet because they could come off next year and play like a bag of bricks. So you never really know what's going to happen with players. They can come off a shitty offseason, play like crap, Nylander. And it just, they need to really use their young guys effectively on the ice. And they need to keep developing their young guys because it's obviously working for them. If they don't continue doing what they do and they try to pull a 2011 Bruins, it's going to fuck them over, and everyone's going to get fucked over except for the teams trading with them.
Yeah, 100%. They're going to go full Minnesota, who apparently want to trade Ryan Zucker, who I think is a phenomenal player. Everybody should be calling Paul Fenton every single day, but I digress.
Yeah, but what do you think about the Jeff Skinner signing?
Now listen. I think that it's a lot of money, but because they're Buffalo, they have to pay it. What do you think?
Fuck, because they're Buffalo, they got to play it. Because who the fuck wants to live in Buffalo?
Yeah, but also they don't have much of an option at first line left wing other than
I also think
Jeff Skinner.
Yeah, I also think like $9 million. Yeah, they got 8 years out of it, so it's max. But $9 million for this 140 goal campaign, even though like the second half of the season was trash, way too much money for this guy. I honestly think Mitch Marner making $10 million now is not a stretch at all.
I don't know. I don't think you can compare that directly. I think that
you can, but you know who will compare it directly? Mitch Marner and his dad.
Yeah, but then you use players like Mark Stone and Nikita Kucherov, and you bat them down. It doesn't. You can't just use one guy as an example for that.
No, I know.
And also, Jeff Skinner scores goals. This is his. This year was his fourth 30-goal campaign. He reached 40 for the first time in his career, but he also hasn't ever really played with elite passers, the likes of Jack Eichel. Yeah, he's played with Jordan Staal in Carolina, but who's Jordan Staal compared to Aaron not Aaron Ekblad? Sorry, compared to
Zach Bogosian.
Is that Bogo, right?
Bogo Norris.
compared to Jack Eichel, compared to guys like Rasmus Dahlin. I mean, I think that Jeff Skinner, the Skinner contract might actually not be as bad as most people think it will be. But that's just me.
I'm just being skeptical with it because I've seen a lot of busts, and I know he's been in the league a couple of years now, and he does have a decent, does have 4 30-goal seasons, which is very impressive in the National Hockey League. But Jeff Skinner, as a player, yeah, he was sick at the beginning of the year, and he was sick for the first half. But I think that if he's going to be good, Buffalo around him has to be better than they were this entire season.
Well, yeah, and they had their goaltending fall off as much as you want to talk about the PDO bender that Skinner went on at the beginning of the year, or rather the shooting percentage bender
oh my God.
that he went on at the beginning of the year where he was on pace for something like 50 some odd goals, and in the back half of the year I believe he was on pace for 25 goals. But
fucking shit.
But I think that the wheels kind of fell off there in Buffalo. They're a team that hasn't made the playoffs in forever. I think they are the team that has had the longest playoff drought in the NHL right now. And I think that it would be a bad sign to guys like Sam Reinhart, Casey Middlestad, Rasmus Dahlin, and Jack Eichel if they did let Skinner go. It shows that
loyalty.
He was or not loyalty, just belief.
Like they just don't think they're gonna keep any good players, and then they're gonna be shit. So the morale in the dressing room is just shit. Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yeah, that Pagula and remind me who Buffalo's GM is. I can't
don't remember.
Rutherford, Jim Rutherford. That he doesn't believe in this group of guys. I think the 2016 run when the Leafs played the Capitals, Brian Boyle was their reward. Lou basically said, if my memory holds correct, go out and prove that you guys got it. And then they did, and they made a push to the playoffs, and he rewarded them with an offseason piece. I think that Skinner is a more costly version of this, but I also think that you need to show your players that you believe in the group of guys that are there.
Yeah, I see that. No, I agree with that. And the general manager is Jason Botterill.
Yeah, Jason Botterill. Thank you.
That's a weird name. I don't like that last name.
I believe he was last with the Penguins, but I could be wrong.
Couple cups there?
But do I disagree that Skinner's a little bit overpaid? No. But do I think that they needed to pay that money? Yes.
In 4 years, it's going to be a great contract.
Well, in 4 years, he'll be what? 31?
I don't know.
How old is Jeff Skinner? I think he's 27. Also, a picture of him sits
He's
in front of
27.
my desk. Yeah, a picture of him sits in front of my desk every single day. It's a little strange.
Why?
Because they just have pictures of all of the graduates in my office.
He's a GTHL guy.
Yeah, him and Tyler Sagan sit right in front of me.
I love Tyler Sagan, though. He's a beauty.
Okay.
Like, actually, he's the best guy. Like, he's so hot. Have you seen his cribs on YouTube?
Have you seen those abs?
Have you seen those abs?
Only Bergevin's biceps
Can
challenge
rival.
Sagan's abs.
Yeah.
No, but any last thoughts on the Skinner deal before we get to the possibility of Erik Karlsson moving?
I think that the Skinner signing isn't going to affect Buffalo all that much. Hopefully, if he can put up 30 goals this season, I think that $9 million isn't the best deal, but as long as he's getting, like, a point a game, I think that's reasonable.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll leave it there. I don't think Skinner is quite a point a game player, but he's just got to.
But he
chip
gets
in on those
goals.
Goals. Yeah, and that's what makes you money.
Yeah, that's
So,
fair.
Erik Karlsson. Now, this broke a little bit. It was a little bit more prominent last week when the Ottawa Sun ran on their front cover, "The King is returning," with a picture of Erik Karlsson with a crown on. But there are reports out of San Jose that Melinda Karlsson, Erik Karlsson's wife, is feeling a little homesick in the Bay Area and would like to move back home, be closer to family.
Aw,
Now, the team, that could be a number of teams.
what an atrocity.
Toronto, Buffalo.
He's not coming
are
to
in the-
Toronto.
Those are teams that
Shut
are close
up.
to
Oh
Ottawa,
my
but
God.
apparently they're not on his list.
Yeah, no shit. Do you think the Leafs can afford to pay Erik Karlsson?
If Tampa Bay can figure it out, we can.
Yeah, but Tampa Bay also has way better contracts than we have.
That team frustrates me.
Yeah, because Kucherov signed on 666. No, that's Pasternak.
Kucherov makes 9.5.
Kucherov makes 9.5. But
He should
9.5, he
make-
should make like 12.5.
He should make so much money.
It should be almost on McDavid level money. That's the amount he produces for his team.
Yeah, he's so good, man. He's so good.
Yeah, fucking Russian.
Ugh.
He's Russian.
But, yeah, he is. He's
Okay.
Russian. No, but the story is that Erik Karlsson might go back to Ottawa or might make the move to the Montreal Canadiens.
That would be a weird one. I don't know how I would think about that because I'd play him and be like, I still hate him, but like now on a different team.
And Karlsson didn't look great this year, at least in his own end.
Nah, he looked pretty good still. Like as much as he looked like shit, he was still fucking Erik Karlsson.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And you hope that 100% Erik Karlsson can get back to
100%.
what is 100%, where he can turn and move. He did get groin surgery. But do you see a return for Erik Karlsson back to Ottawa?
No.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think as long as Melnick is there, that deal isn't getting
I
moved.
just don't see he went off on such bad terms with them. Like he didn't speak to management for like months on end, and then he just kind of like left. And then no one gave a shit, and then they gave him a nice like fucking presentation when he came back, but it was still like it was fucking petty.
Yeah, I think the problem is the rot at the top, and I mean, it seems like it's gotten better. We haven't talked Ottawa much late
Yeah,
season
because
as much.
they weren't in the playoffs.
No. But I mean, the back half of the year, they stopped being a story, which I think Ottawa needed. But I was going through the podcast analytics, and the Ottawa episodes tend to be some of our best. So I would like Crazy Ottawa to come back,
Because
as much as that might
Ottawa
hurt Marshall.
loves like being better than Toronto. They don't give a fuck about being good. They just want to be better than Toronto. Which is
Touche.
a
I think
huge
that's
problem.
most of Canada, though. I think that's most of Canada.
Except for like, I don't know. I was gonna say like Calgary, but then I was like, they're still probably as long as they're better than Edmonton, like McDavid.
Like Regina. As long as Regina's better than not better. They're the only ones that don't care. They're just like, I'm out here on my farm.
I'm in my igloo and I'm chilling.
Yup, on my tractor. No, but I mean, the other teams on Carlson's list are the Tampa Bay Lightning somehow, and the San Jose Sharks. Where do you see the Swedish King falling?
As much as I think he would stay West Coast, I think his wife is a huge factor in his decision on where he wants to play next year. And he's probably going to move back East Coast so she can be closer to fam. And I don't know exactly which team. I would probably guess an Atlantic team, not a metropolitan team.
Okay.
But I would probably go out of Canada. I'd probably pick somewhere in America just for statistic reasons.
Now here's a shout. Nothing has been reported. I have no insider information. Who would tell me anything? But what about the New York Rangers? How far is New York from Ottawa? 2.5 hours? Something like that? It's not far. I don't
Rangers or Islanders?
Rangers. Carlson wouldn't go to the Islanders. No offense.
That's not true.
Fans.
They were sick this year.
Okay.
Until they got swept.
But, I mean, he gets to play in the U.S. He gets to play in a massive market.
Yeah.
Not much closer than San Jose is.
What's their cap looking like, though?
Let me check cap friendly, but I think that they could fit it. They're a team that maybe if they want to go on one last hurrah with Hank, they could.
I don't think they're going to pay money for that. They're a rebuilding team. They traded away all their key players. And if they could get him on a good contract, I think it would be a big piece to their rebuild, obviously. But looking at it from the big view, like I just don't see them going after a big piece like that this offseason.
So the Rangers have 19 mil available, and they don't have very many big free agents that they need to sign. Brendan Lemieux, Buchnevich.
Are those RFAs or UFAs?
Lemieux and Buchnevich are RFAs. They've got to sign Connor Berkeley, who's a UFA, and then a couple of RFA. And then a couple of RFA defensemen: Frederick Cleason, Anthony D'Angelo, Neil Pionk.
Like
they
could.
And they need to sign the GOAT. Alexander Georgiev.
Oh, I thought you were talking about what's it called? Gauthier, and I was like, what?
No. The GOAT. Georgiev, who is a brick wall.
Georgiev. Fuck that guy. He was so good. He only plays well against the Leafs. Georgi China Wall or Great Wall of China.
What did he make? Like 69 straight saves against the Leafs?
Oh, that was great. No, I think you picked 69 because it's a hilarious number, but I was somewhere around there.
Yeah, 100%.
I'd give plus minus 10 on 69.
Would you give plus minus 420? Dab.
Except that would just be like the actual standard deviation of plus minus 420 is way bigger than the actual number of 69. Stupid range.
No, but I mean Carlson, where do you think this deal comes in? Because I think it's quite an interesting one.
With New York or just...
No, just in general.
Like, he's probably going to move East Coast, and I just, like, don't see the Rangers making a big move like that, but I see that they could, and I think that it wouldn't be a terrible move for them. But if he's not going to go back to Ottawa, I could see him signing with Montreal. They're an up-and-coming team.
And the Habs fans were upset about this.
Habs fans are upset about everything.
That's a fact, but they were like, an injured guy, he's injury plagued, and I was like, it's Erik Karlsson.
It's like one of the best defensemen in the league. Are you kidding me right now? Fuck you.
You have Shea Weber on your team.
Yeah, literally. Like, why are you mad about this?
I don't know, but I think that the Karlsson saga will be an interesting one. Why don't we move on to the saga just a little bit to the east in Toronto,
West?
Ontario?
West.
No. We're coming back east to Toronto, Ontario.
From Ottawa.
San Jose.
Oh,
From San Jose.
I was like, from Ottawa. Like, what?
From San Jose.
Okay, that's like the farthest east ever. Like, that's like southwest of the league, very far, and then northeast of the league as far as possible.
All right. Thanks, Iceberg.
You're welcome. I know geography.
Patrick Marleau put his house on the selling block, and I don't know
$12 million.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the inside of Patrick Marleau's house.
Only in pictures with Matthews and Marner.
But it's gorgeous.
Yeah, no shit. He's selling it for $12 million.
Yeah, and he also lives right near the bridle path at Bayview and Lawrence.
Yo,
which,
straight up, I'm gonna drive up to his house and be like, "What up? Like, it's your boy."
go for a tour.
Like, I live like right there. If it's an open house, I'm gonna be like, "I'm looking at a house."
Listen, for a house that's worth $12 million, I don't think they just do open houses.
I'll just wear
I
a
think
suit, and then they'll be like, "Oh, he's probably rich."
Yeah, 100%, 100%. You gotta shave your neck beard.
Fuck you. My neck beard looks good.
Yeah, I doubt it, buddy.
I went to Crazy Horse. You know that country bar in Ottawa?
Yeah.
We went like last week, like me, Kieran, and like a couple people, and
Okay.
it was so fucking funny when we were out there. We were like, I bumped into like this old person I used to know, and she was like, "Wow, you look way older." And I was like, "Oh, okay, bye," and I just like walked away. I was like, "Peace." Like this is too awkward for me. I can't. And I also got forced to ride the bull.
I know. I saw that. It looked like a good time. I'm upset I missed it. I'm also upset you didn't bring my cowboy hat that I left in Ottawa.
Man, I have my own cowboy hat.
Yeah, but you also didn't wear it.
Yeah, but I don't want to go to a fucking bar with a cowboy hat on. Like, as much as cowboys go there, like, the only people that wear cowboy hats there are the staff.
You could have blended in.
Be like, "Hey, I work
free
here,
drinks.
free tips."
Maybe you could have gotten free drinks.
I should just serve people and be like, "Hey, tip? Like, hit me up."
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Just walk back there and start screaming, "Hey, Carol, I need a lemon rum and coke. I need a rum and coke."
I don't have many drinks, so it's like rum and coke and like gin and tonic. Those are like the only two.
Yeah.
People are like, are those the only two drinks people are ordering? Yup. Like, don't worry about it. Calm down.
And then as the night slowly progresses, you're like, "Carol,
just
another one."
please, just give it.
But back onto the topic of Patrick Marleau. He wants to move back out to California. His family misses it. He's willing to waive his no trade clause to go back out there. This all per Elliot Friedman, and has been widely reported. But teams that are interested seem to be the Kings and the Coyotes, or the Coyotes. Sorry, Coyotes. I think that a Patrick Marleau in somewhere like Arizona might make a hell of a lot of sense. They've got some young guys there, and look at the job.
But
that
he's
Patrick
never going to win a
Marleau
cup
did.
then.
Yeah, but maybe you trade him at the trade deadline. I don't
Like
think
this coming year.
Yeah, I don't think Patrick Marleau is an untradeable piece.
No, I know, but
He's
I
a
think
guy-
that they're going to trade him this offseason.
No, you trade him this offseason, and then he gets moved again at the trade deadline.
Oh, to Arizona. Oh, like from Arizona.
Yeah, to someone who might be willing.
Oh, okay, I see that. Just
who
for a
might
depth
want
piece?
some veteran leadership. You get Arizona to
Fourth
maintain to retain some salary. I actually think that might make a lot of sense, and I think that he would highly benefit the Arizona Coyotes. I think that you have a lot of young players there.
Yeah, it'll help definitely bring the morale in the dressing room up for sure.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, how will Patrick Marleau be remembered here, other than as a veteran leader in the dressing room in every sense of the word?
Just like daddy.
He's a guy that took a bunch of our young players under his wing, and he taught them, and now he's passing the baton on to them.
And he literally just was like friends with them. It wasn't like an authoritative relationship with them. It was such like a two-way relationship with these guys, and he taught them how to be like good players in the league. And it just like it made them like I think they learned how to be go with the media and like know what to say and what to do with the help of him a lot.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, I think part of that relationship, at least with Austin Matthews and Patrick Marleau, is Marleau grooming Matthews to be the next captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs. As much as I might be on Team Riley, I think that having that experience of being a leader in the dressing room that Austin Matthews got from Patrick Marleau and his decades of NHL experience only helped him become more of a leader.
So funny.
I think that, yeah, the Marleau deal might have been a year too long, but he'll be remembered fondly in this city.
Yeah, no, the first 2 years he had on the contract were great. Like it was first season he played for us was unreal. Like he came out here, he put up I think it was like almost 30 goals. And he had like 60 points. And I was like, wow, 6.6 mil or like 6 point. 6.5, 6.5,
Yeah, something like that.
something around there. And I was like, wow, this is great. But then he aged a lot in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, he fell off a cliff, but he's also 41. So
Exactly. Like I wasn't expecting him to be sick at this age, but I was just hoping he could like squeeze one more year of like $6.5 million worth.
yeah, and he fell off heavily last year, but I think that it looks like the Leafs might get out of the cap crunch that they were proposed to be in.
Well, yeah,
on top of Marleau.
We'll see about
On top of Marleau moving, I think that it's very likely that Zaitsev gets moved either within the next couple of days or before July 1st. He has a no move clause that kicks a 10-team no move clause that kicks in on July 1st. So I think it would be imperative that the Leafs get it done before then.
Let's fucking go! Fuck you, Zaitsev! No, I'm kidding.
And I think it helps a lot when both parties are interested in the move.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be here apparently. When he went back to fucking Russia or Ukraine or something, I don't know.
Russia.
Yeah, Russia. I don't know. They're all fucking whack ass countries over there, bro. KHL, weird shit. I don't remember where I was going with this, but it was something about Nikita Zaitsev, and oh yeah, he was talking back in like his home country, and he like expressed things that he didn't express here.
Namely about
It's probably
Don
language
Cherry.
barrier. Yeah, man. Who's gonna talk shit about Don Cherry like when you're playing in the league? You know what I mean? Like when you go home, like I see it, like because Don Cherry was a dickhead to you all the time. Like fuck Don Cherry, like he's such an asshole. Oh, Zaitsev, he's a forward. Yeah, he's like a forward playing defense. Like they never played him on fucking defense. Like they only put him on like defensive end zones, and then when he would try to make moves, they would like take him off, and they'd be like, "Oh, you don't need to be on the ice anymore."
One of his quotes was like, "I play defense, and then when the team goes up with the puck, they take me off."
Which is why he doesn't get any fucking points.
And I also think that the Leafs are going to be able to trade him for positive assets, whether that be a 7th-round pick or Connor McDavid.
7th-round pick or Connor McDavid.
It's still to be seen, but I don't think they'll need to sweeten the pot for Nikita Zaitsev.
Maybe a little bit, maybe a pick. But
his
his contract's
man.
pretty shit for what he's putting up, man.
Yeah, but I think that there is the potential for him to do better in a better role.
Oh, I completely agree, but
I think he's being misused here.
Yeah, but I think that his trade value, because he's being misused here, is significantly lower than what it could be. Unless a lot of teams are looking for him, I don't see his trade value being high.
But there's, I'm not, like, I said Connor McDavid as a joke, but I do think that they can recoup positive assets. We forget. People like Jim Benning run hockey teams.
Oh, yeah, and, well, until this year, Ken Hitchcock. Yo, I met fucking, what's it called? No, not Ken Hitchcock. Sorry, Peter Chiarelli's, like, nephew.
Yeah, he goes to UO.
Yeah.
Or no.
Well, like, I met him. He knows Kieran.
He's
hung out
from
with
the Ottawa area.
I hung out with him the other day, and I was like, oh, damn, like, that's so funny.
His nephew plays in the OUA.
Oh.
I think he plays for UOIT or something like that. I don't know, but he plays. Like, yeah, Peter Chiarelli is a UO grad.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, so a lot of area network. That's so cool, though. Was he talking shit about?
I was about to talk shit about Chiarelli. He was like, "Oh, he's my uncle," and I went, "Oh, I'm not gonna talk shit anymore."
You should have. You should have asked. You should have asked.
No, his name was hold on, it was Thomas.
That's sick.
Yeah, he's a great guy, and that's so. I forgot I was gonna text you, but I was like pretty drunk.
Ah, that's all right, buddy. But I mean, I think that getting back on topic here.
Yeah, sorry.
Before we wrap up with some Raptors talk.
Ooh.
Do you think that they can get positive assets for Nikita Zaitsev?
I don't I think Kyle Dubas won't trade him unless we're gonna get a solid return for him. So I don't see a trade happening unless we have a positive assets back. Because Kyle Dubas isn't a stupid guy. He's yes, there's cap trouble with him, but it's not worth losing a lot of assets to try to get rid of cap space like that.
And I mean, also most of the cap trouble that he is in hasn't been caused by him.
Oh, no, not at all. It was Brian Burke.
No,
and
I mean, it was Lou. Lou signed Marleau. Lou signed Zaitsev.
Yeah, but Kyle Dubas was in on those signings. He wasn't he was in the dark and he had no idea what was going on.
No, I know, but I think if you will, a triumvirate. I've been binging the History of Rome podcast.
I hate you.
The triumvirate that was there before. I
don't know what
from what it
triumvirate
looks
means.
like.
So like
the three-headed monster of
the Hydra.
Well, yeah, triumvirate is just another word for it.
Oh no, not the Hydra. Is it the dog
What?
that like guards the gates of hell?
No, triumvirate is like the three emperors in Rome when Julius Caesar was coming to power.
Like Daenerys
It was-
Targaryen's three-headed dragon?
Yeah, something like that.
Is that what they base it off of?
What, Rome? No.
No, the fucking Targaryen sigil, you idiot. Not Rome. Obviously not Rome.
You're like, I'm explaining something. You're like, is it the dragons?
No, but like, is that what that was based off of? The fucking three-headed shit?
No, it was probably based on the Hydra.
Man, we need to stop fucking... No, because the Hydra wasn't three-headed. It's 10-headed.
Oh, is it? I don't know. It's the summer. We can do stupid shit like
Well,
this. What do you think our summer podcasts are going to be?
Have you seen the... Or not seen the movie, but like seen the commercials for that new Godzilla movie or whatever?
No. But
Shit
sure.
looks whack, dude. There's this one monster who has like 3 heads and he like shoots lightning and shit. It's crazy.
Can I get back to my point?
Yeah, sorry. But it has 3 heads, so it relates.
Okay, but the three-headed monster there, it doesn't seem like Dubas, that Dubas agreed with very many of the big contracts that are causing him a lot of trouble right now. Well, I think that he would have liked to get a guy like Patrick Marleau. I don't think he would have liked to
Sign
give him
that.
the extra year, but that's what it took to sign Patrick Marleau. But I also don't think he would have given
Zaitsev that money?
Zaitsev that much money.
Yeah, no, I don't think he would have done that. That would have been a...
And it seems as if, and this is all just purely speculation, that he's starting to slowly dismantle and mold the team into his own way. We saw the 5'9" fourth line, that the way that the Dubas likes to play, which is
Just
speed, and skill. Maximize every place maximize every position with skill. And it looks like he's slowly.
Well, Babcock
slowly
tries to
moving
fuck with
pieces
him,
around.
but...
Yeah,
Works
but I don't think
usually.
Babcock will be a problem next year.
Yeah, I know, and I think he's either going to get with the program or he's not going to be coaching the Leafs anymore.
Well, yeah, and that's why they signed Keefe for 2 years. But
Yeah, that was a good signing too.
yeah, convincing him of the belief he could have gone to go coach in Buffalo, but he wants to go play in Buffalo.
Well, man, they got Jeff Skinner, but he probably saw the contract and was like, "Psych, I thought."
But I mean, at this point, it's all just speculation. Hopefully the Leafs and Dubas can figure it out. I don't even want to touch the Marner stuff.
Oh, damn, we're not
It was
even
in
going there.
it was in the
Stupid. Nothing new has been developed from that in months, so it's stupid.
it was in the prep, and I was like, I've already had a long enough
Like,
day.
we've done
I
this
don't
before.
want-
It doesn't matter.
I don't want to drag myself down into that. We'll talk about the Marner situation as soon as new information comes out that's not. Marner will go past July 1st. But how about the Raptors? Let's talk about something positive. Game 6 goes tonight, the last game at Oracle Arena. I don't know about you,
We haven't
but
lost
I'm
there
pumped.
yet.
I am pumped up.
I think we're going to win tonight. As much as
Man,
I
I
thought
hope
that
so.
when we lost Game 5, we would come back for Game 7, we played so well in Oracle, and they're missing Kevin Durant for the whole game. Dude, this is our chance.
Did you see the video when Kevin Durant ruptured his Achilles tendon?
Oh,
on
and his
Twitter?
fucking
And
leg just
you can-
shook.
You can see the tendon go all the way up, and I almost threw up in my mouth. Oh.
Man, I was like, yo, this is Declan amount of injury. Like, literally just like everywhere, like just step on your foot and you're like, oh, fuck. I'm done.
No, but I mean, I don't want to bring it down. I hope they win tonight, but I think that the NBA is trying to push this to 7 games.
Well, every
But,
fucking league pushes it to 7 games because they make more money.
put on my little conspiracy hat. I also think it would be a
Tinfoil.
great story if Golden State won their last game ever at Oracle.
Fuck
But
that. Fuck
as a
Golden
Raptors
State.
fan, and I've got my Kawhi shot shirt on.
Dude, you should. What's it called?
You know which one I'm talking about? The one when the buzzer beater 3 over Embiid.
I don't. Oh yeah.
The picture I
When
got.
he's like lying on the floor.
Yeah, Adam got that shirt, and I'm wearing it today.
Oh, that's actually sick.
Yeah, I'm feeling good though.
Man,
a
I forgot
couple
my
of-
Raptors jersey in Toronto, so I can't wear it.
Oh.
But I'm gonna come get it tomorrow.
Well, let's hope that the Raptors can do it. I don't, by no means am I a basketball expert, so my opinion doesn't really matter in this topic. I just hope that Marc Gasol goes out and hits some more threes.
Why?
I
He's
love
Spanish.
I love Marc Gasol, man.
Is it Portivolare or whatever your fucking weird Italian one is?
Conte Partiro
Yes,
or something
wrong.
like that? No, but let's go Raptors.
Big
Hopefully
dick
they
energy
get
tonight.
the big dub. Hopefully they get the big dub tonight. I have some friends coming over because you had to get to a bar at 2:00 this afternoon if you wanted to
Like
wanted to
watch
get
it
into
at
a game.
bar? Oh my god, that's fucking stupid. No, don't even try.
Not even. I tried for the last game and
That's stupid.
we gave up.
You should just
But,
go at like fucking midnight to Jurassic Park.
No, if they win tonight, we're gonna go downtown and climb some street poles.
Oh, that's so fun. You get to fucking party.
Yeah, man.
Man,
Yeah,
St.
man.
Louis went off last night. They were tipping cars and shit. At least it's not Philadelphia, because fuck Philadelphia.
At least it's not Vancouver.
At least there's no fires and riots.
Well, unless you have anything else to add, Ian, I think that this has been a good show.
Yeah, no, I'm done. Thank you, everybody.
We've been missing Marshall, but he'll be back for the next one. We don't quite know when the next one will be, but just make sure that you have our
Notifications
the bell
on.
Yeah, make sure the bell is pressed on Twitter. We'll be updating.
And
we'll
YouTube,
be updating
Click that little bell.
as we figuring it out. If you've stuck around this long, we would really appreciate it if you left a comment and review on both the podcast channel on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get this. We haven't asked much, but we would really like to grow this community. Ian, I noticed that we're starting to expand internationally.
Yeah, we're going across the seas. Europe. What's up, Europe?
So just reach out. We love hearing stuff from you guys. So I have nothing else to say other than let's go Raptors.
Let's go, boys.
Ian?
Big dick energy. Let's go. Woo!
Let's go Raptors!
Follow your hosts on Twitter at DeBart14, at Ian_Blumenthal, and at Marshall Healy. Don't forget to follow the podcast at Real Good Procast.